Imagine this. You're going through the absolute worst year of your life, and then, in a single night, you're taken on a journey beyond the stars, a journey that would change everything. Well, today we're diving into the Isra and Miraj, a miraculous event in Islamic tradition that is exactly that. And the whole story really kicks off with this one powerful verse from the Quran. This sets the stage. It tells us right from the get-go that what's about to unfold isn't just a trip. It's a divine act of glory, a special honor for a servant who desperately needed some hope. But, to really get why this journey was so profound, we have to rewind a little bit and look at the context. This miracle didn't just happen out of the blue. No, it was a divine comfort during a time of incredible human suffering. In fact, this period was so difficult that it has its own name, Amal Hazon, which literally means the year of sorrow. It was a time of just one loss after another, and it's right in the middle of all this pain that this incredible journey happens. Just try to imagine the weight of this for a second. In 1 year, he loses his uncle, Abu Talib, who was basically his political shield, his main protector. He also loses his beloved wife Khadija, his partner in his rock. And then, when he goes to the nearby city of Taif looking for support, what does he get? He's rejected, violently, even physically attacked, and chased out of the city. I mean, it was truly his darkest hour. And it's from this absolute low point that God gives him the highest possible honor. This journey was both physical and spiritual, and it all happened in a single night. The best way to understand it is to break it down into two parts. Okay, so let's break this down. The first part is called Al-Isra, the night journey. Think of this as the horizontal part. It was a miraculous trip from the sacred mosque in Mecca all the way to the farthest mosque in Jerusalem, and he traveled on this incredible celestial creature called Burak. Then you have the second part, Al-Miraj, which means the ascension. This is the vertical journey, going up from Jerusalem, through the heavens, right into the presence of God. But before he ascended, something absolutely pivotal happened right there in Jerusalem. At Masjid al-Aqsa, the Prophet Muhammad led all the prophets who had ever come before him, we're talking Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, all of them, in prayer. This was huge. This single act was a powerful symbol that all the divine messages were connected, and it confirmed his role as the final messenger in this long, sacred chain. So, from Jerusalem, the next stage begins, the Miraj. This was the ascension, the climax of the whole journey, leading to a direct audience with the divine. And as he traveled up through the seven heavens, he was greeted at every single level by the great prophets. It was like a celestial welcoming committee. He met Prophet Adam in the first heaven, then Jesus and John, Joseph, and eventually in the higher heavens, Moses and Abraham. Every meeting was like a cosmic affirmation. His journey eventually took him to a place called Sidratul Muntaha, a lote tree that marks the absolute boundary of creation. This is a point so sacred, so far out, that not even the angel Gabriel, who had been his guide, could go any further. This was the final threshold before the divine presence. And it was here, in this sacred space, that the Muslim community was given one of its greatest gifts, the 5 daily prayers, or salat. But here's the thing. The original command wasn't for 5. Initially, it was for 50 prayers a day. So the story goes that on his way back down, he meets Prophet Moses, who tells him, 50 prayers a day? Your people won't be able to handle that. Go back and ask for a reduction. So he did. And this went back and forth a few times until finally the number was reduced to 5. And then, in an amazing act of mercy, God declared that whoever performs those 5 prayers will get the reward of the original 50. So, after this unbelievable miracle, after receiving this incredible gift, the prophet returned to Mecca before the sun even came up. Now came the next challenge, trying to tell people what had just happened. And the reaction was, well, it was split right down the middle. The disbelievers in Makkah just laughed. They said it was an impossible lie. I mean, they knew it took months to travel to Jerusalem and back by camel. How could he do it in one night? But his closest friend, Abu Bakr, had a totally different reaction. When he heard the news, his response was immediate and simple. If he said it, then it is true. No questions, no doubt, just pure faith. And for that absolute, unwavering belief in that moment, Abu Bakr was given a special title, As-Siddiq, which means the truthful one, or the one who affirms the truth. His faith wasn't based on physical proof. It was based entirely on the trust he had in the messenger. So, okay, Beyond the mind-blowing miracle of it all, what are the lessons we're supposed to take away from this? Why is this story from so long ago still so important for us today? Well, there are a few big ones. First, it's a massive reminder that ease really does come after hardship. From the absolute bottom of the year of sorrow, he was raised to the highest honor. It also teaches us about the power of true faith, the kind Abu Bakr showed. It reminds us that all the prophets came with a unified message. It highlights the sacred link between Mecca and Jerusalem. And, of course, it gives us the gift of prayer, salat, which is often called the Miraj of the believer. It's our own personal daily ascension to connect with God. And that kind of leaves us with a final, really powerful question to think about. If the prophet was physically lifted up to the heavens to find comfort during his hardest time, and if our daily prayers are our own spiritual ascension, then how can we use that incredible gift to help us rise above the challenges in our own lives?